Hello, welcome back to Divine Miracles. I'm Miracle, and for today's YouTube video is going to be very, very deep. But before that, I would like to apologize. I haven't posted in a minute. I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks. I know you hate me. You hate me. You hate me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm also a person. Sometimes one gets unmotivated. Sometimes one gets busy. I have been both. I'm not gonna lie. And if you currently hear my voice, if you are a reoccurring viewer, then you know my voice is usually not this deep. I'm sick right now. Yeah, love that. Um, yeah, I'm sick. I got the sniffles, bruh. I'm sneezing, I'm coughing, my body's aching, my body's tense. I've not been feeling good. But I'm not letting that stop me. I'm posting a video. I'm posting a video, bro. By fire, by force, I'm posting a video. For those of you that only follow me on YouTube, please, please, please follow me on Instagram. Follow me. I now have a TikTok. Follow me on TikTok because through even though I wasn't posting YouTube videos, I was still posting content on Instagram and on TikTok. Please, please, if this is the only platform of me that you have, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. I have more videos there. I literally just opened up this TikTok and I think I'm doing good already. Um but yeah, just because I don't post a YouTube video does not mean I'm not posting content. YouTube videos are longer. YouTube videos are longer. Whereas if I could post a video that's like 1 minute or 2 minutes, I will do that because I still have the time for that. So even though I wasn't on my YouTube grind, I was still on my social media grind. But my YouTube fans that are only here on YouTube, I do apologize. Your content is coming back. Your content is coming back. Your content is coming back. I've just been really busy. I've also been a little bit unmotivated. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll be honest. But I'm trying to be back. I'm busy though. I have school, I have work, I have church. I constantly doing many, many things. I'm doing too much. To be honest. But let's not get into that. Anyways, so let's get into what you guys are actually here for. Becoming a wife in the dating season. For those of you that do not know, I myself am in a relationship. If you do not know that I'm in a relationship and you've been watching me for a while, then I don't think you've been really watching. I got a couple of videos with my boyfriend. He's been on the channel a couple times. You guys know him as Prophet Sam. As you guys know, I have a series called Christian Dating on this channel. I wanted to do a video with him, but lately a lot of Christian women have been asking me many, 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 many questions about being in a relationship. How do you know if you're in the right relationship, etc., etc. So I thought that this video would be perfect. Now you may be wondering like what qualifies you to answer these questions, Miracle? Well, I've been in a relationship for almost 4 years now, so I'm pretty sure I got the qualifications. But you always take what I say with a grain of salt. You either listen or you don't. It's not much I could do, but I can advise you. And if not advise you, then I can present you with the options and you make your own choice. Something I learned, I love being a psychology major. Something I learned recently is that because I do want to do therapy, I would like to be either a family counselor or a children's counselor slash therapist. Not a not a psychologist. I learned the difference now. I learned the difference. But something I learned is that in therapy, the therapist is never supposed to how do I say this? The therapist is never supposed to tell you what to do, but rather guide you on what you should do, like present you options with the things that you can do. Because something I learned is that this is what the teacher literally said. Almost everybody has the solution to their problem. They just need guidance and reassurance on what to do specifically. So, for example, if I'm dealing with a client that's a drug addict and I ask them, how do you want to stop? Like, how do you think you can like cut back? And then they say, oh, I could probably stop doing it every single day, maybe do it every other day. Everybody has the solution to their own problems. They just need the guidance on how. They just need the guidance on when. So, with that being said, I pray to guide you guys. I don't pray to give you advice. I pray to guide you so that you can make your own correct decisions. So, with that being said, let's start the video. Number one, what does it actually mean to date to marry as a Christian woman? Well, this is what it means. In Christianity, nowhere in the Bible does it talk about boyfriend and girlfriend. Nowhere. Please show me a Bible that says boyfriend girlfriend. It's not something that the Bible says. What the Bible says is husband and wife. So everybody that is a Christian should be, not even just a Christian, anybody in general. If you're dating somebody, you should see a future with this person. You shouldn't date this person because you want something temporary. No, you should be with this person because you want something fulfilling, you want something long, you want something to last. Being in a Christian relationship or in any relationship, you really should truly be with that person because you want something in the future with them. Because literally, if you're not dating to marry, then you're dating to waste time. You will literally be wasting your time. You fall in love with a person and you can't see a future with them. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you do that to yourself when you don't even need that? What you need is a husband. What you need is a wife. What you need is somebody that is by your side, not somebody that's going to leave you, not somebody that's going to be there for you temporarily. No. So, what does exactly it mean to date to marry? It doesn't mean that you're dating and you're going to get married tomorrow. No, it means that you're dating with the intention of living long with this person, of prospering with this person, of growing with this person. That's what it means. To date to marry, again, it doesn't mean that you're going to date and get married tomorrow. No, it means that you're dating with the intent of being with this person for the rest of your life, with the intent of fulfilling a mission, fulfilling a purpose that God has given you for the rest of your life with this person. Never be in a relationship because somebody else said so. Never be in a relationship and settle for less. No, you deserve the best. So do not settle for less, because I know that there's so many women out there that they are with a man. For example, let's say they're dating to marry and they're going to marry this person and they've been with this person for like 4 years and they didn't know that that person doesn't want to have children. You've been in a relationship for 4 years and you didn't know that your partner doesn't want to have children, but you're dying for children. Then what happens? Then you have to break up with that person. And then what happens? You just wasted 4 years of your life with a person that doesn't share the same goals as you. No. Dating to marry is literally dating to marry. You're dating with the intention of being with that person forever. But with being that with that person forever, you have to know that person. You have to learn that person. You have to understand that person. You don't just jump into things and do things that you're not supposed to do, because then you're just wasting time and you're causing delay. So in short, dating to marry is dating with the intention of being with this person for the rest of your life. If not, you're wasting time. Anything that's temporary, wasting time. Anything that's temporary is causing delay in your life. And we're growing up. We don't have time for delay. We need to go and do what God has called us to do. Two, if I'm dating to marry, what am I supposed to be doing in the dating season? Not just waiting for a ring, but preparing myself. So, if you're dating to marry, what are you supposed to be doing in the dating season? In the dating season, you are supposed to be getting to know this person. You are supposed to be learning more about this person. You are supposed to be learning how to love this person, because relationships are like a flower. Number one, it's delicate. Number two, it requires a lot of attention. Number three, it grows if you allow it to. If you do not allow the relationship to grow, if you do not give the relationship attention, then it cannot grow, it cannot prosper into becoming that beautiful relationship. There's a lot of people that sometimes idolize other people's relationships. For example, I'm going to speak on something. There is this couple. I'm pretty sure everybody knows them. I'm not going to say their names though. But there's this couple that they had been in a relationship for 15 plus years, married, two children, and the guy cheated on her. The guy cheated on her. And they've been together for 15 plus years. And everybody's idolizing their relationship, loving their. You don't know what happens behind closed doors. You don't. So instead of idolizing other people's relationships, how about you work on your own relationship? How about you work on your own relationship? Because you do not know what is happening. Work on your own relationship. If you are dating to marry, what am I supposed to be doing in the dating season? Getting to know the person. Truly getting to know the person. Like I mentioned earlier, how you've been with this person for so and so years, and you just found out that they don't want children, and all you want to do is be a mom. No. You have to get to know the person. You have to work on yourself, but more importantly, work on each other. Being in the relationship that I am in, it took a lot. It truly took a lot. And sometimes it was draining. I will be honest, sometimes it was draining. But relationships take work. They're not going to be a beautiful, amazing relationship out of nowhere. No, you have to work on the relationship. You have to grow together. And I will say this right now, and my boyfriend could tell you to you too. He could literally testify. My boyfriend is 1 out of 4 children, all boys. The only woman in his life was his mother. So he didn't know how to communicate. He didn't know how to express himself. He didn't know how to speak about his emotions. I had to teach him. I had to teach him that when we get into an argument, you cannot close yourself, but you need to tell me what's going on so that we can speak. I had to teach him how to love me, and I had to learn how to love him. It's both. It goes both ways. Relationships are a lot about sacrifice, but a lot about compromise. You have to learn the other person. You cannot be with another person and not know nothing about them. Oh yeah, his favorite color is this, his favorite food is this. Okay, forget that. Okay, how does he react when he gets into an argument? How does he react when something bad happens? How does he react when financial issues happen? Does he get mad? Does he crash out on you? Or does he try to become better? Does he try to find a way to make more money? Does he try to find a way to make a business, to do something? You have to recognize these things. Getting to know a person is not just their favorite color and their favorite food. Getting to know a person is getting to know their character, getting to know their being, getting to see if you and them are truly compatible. That's what it truly is, to see if you guys are truly compatible. You have to get to know your person. You have to learn to love your person. You have to learn how they want to be loved, because this was something I was struggling with for so long. For me, I thought love was always affection, attention, this, that. My boyfriend, sometimes he doesn't want affection. Sometimes he doesn't want attention. Or sometimes he just wants to be in the same space as me. Sometimes he just wants to text. He doesn't want to call all day. You have to learn. You have to compromise. You have to learn. So, in the dating season, learn, gain knowledge, gain insight on who the person you are being with. Women, again, this video is targeted to specifically Christian women. In the dating season, do not just wait for the ring. Sure, I have this beautiful ring on my finger. Don't just wait for the ring. Don't. Prepare yourself before the ring. Because if you're preparing yourself before the ring, the moment the ring comes, you already ready. You already know what you're supposed to be doing. Instead of getting the ring and now trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Or instead getting the ring and realizing the person that you're truly with. Come on. Come on. 3. What role does obedience to God play in whether a relationship actually lasts? So, what role does obedience play? Obedience plays everything. Obedience plays everything in the relationship actually lasts. Because, for example, if God is telling you not to fornicate and all you and your partner is doing is fornicating, that relationship is gonna become a relationship where instead of love, it's lust. And because now it's lust, that's the only thing on your mind, and that's the only thing you guys do, and that's the only thing on the brain. So that when God tells you, oh, leave this person, you're gonna be like, no, because now you got it so tight with them. Because you decided to, because you did it yourself. No. You have to be obedient. You have to be obedient to God. You cannot push God away. The relationship is supposed to be God centered. It's not just supposed to be God at the beginning of the relationship. It's supposed to be God centered. When things fall, you're supposed to depend on God. You're not supposed to go and tell your whole relationship business to all your girls, and then all of them are talking chisme. All of them are talking smack about you and being like, oh yeah, did you know that her and her man, this, they get into a fight, this is this. Oh, and they having sex. Oh, isn't that the Christian? And she's having sex with her boyfriend. Now look what you did. You caused drama, and now your relationship is on the plate and about to be eaten by somebody else. You have to be obedient. You have to, because God is the one that placed y'all together. So if you're not obedient to God, you act like God won't take your man away. You act like God won't take your man away. He'll do it. He'll do it. He did it to me. He'll do it. Like I said, me and Samuel have been together for almost 4 years. We went through a lot though. In those first 2 years, we went through a lot. And it's now that we're finally reaping the beauty of our relationship. We went through a lot. We did. But we're still here. And we will be. And we will be for the end of time. But why? Because we obey. If God tells us to do something, we do it. If God tells us to move, we move. If God says to jump, we say how high. You have to be obedient. God will take it away. And it will hurt. He will take it away. And if you continue to not be obedient, you will never get it back. But if you are obedient, and if that person is truly for you, you will get him back. But you have to be obedient. You have to. 4. What is my responsibility as a woman in a Christian relationship? As a woman in a Christian relationship, your responsibility is to not only focus on you, but to focus on him. Even if you're just dating, you are a wife. Think of it as simple as that. Even if you are just dating, you are a wife. What is a wife going to do? A wife's going to take care of her home. A wife's going to take care of herself. A wife's going to take care of her man. A wife's going to continue to push in what God has called her. If God has called you to do something, if God has called you with a purpose, you're going to go do that purpose. You're going to go do that calling. But you're not going to diminish your purpose or diminish your calling for whatever calling your man has. For example, my boyfriend, he's a prophet. I am a prophetess. He's going to preach in Honduras. I'm not. Does that mean that I'm jealous? No. It means that I'm hyping him up, that I'm constantly praying for him, that I pray for him every single day, that God is going to do his will, that God is going to speak through him, that God is going to touch somebody, that God is going to do something, that God is going to heal somebody, that God is going to perform a miracle. You are, in Spanish, it's called ayuda idónea. You are the helper. You are the helper. So if your man is going out and doing the things that God has sent him, you cannot be jealous. You have to be pushing him. You got to be like, yes, go read your word. Yes, go pray. Yes, go do this. Yes, go do that. You are the helper. Your role in a relationship is the helper. Your role is to build that man up because God is going to do it. But there's some part that you play and some part that God plays. You have to be building this man up. You have to be pushing him. You have to be putting him to become the best of the best. You have to push him to reach his greatest potential. Because as women, we have like a gift. We have a gift. And the gift is our eyes. And do you ever see that there's like the most beautiful of beautiful women, and they're with, like, for example, they're with a guy that other people's standards would consider not looking well, or that other people would be like, oh, he's broke, oh, he's this, oh, he's that, he doesn't have a car, he doesn't have money, he doesn't have a job, this that. There's women that be with men like this. Why? Because the women have eyes. Our eyes are so smart. Like, let me tell you guys, our eyes are so smart. A woman can detect the potential in a man from a mile away. And that potential that you see in that man determines how much you love him. Because if you see him and you just see how he is now and you don't see what he could become, the relationship will never prosper. The relationship will never grow. It won't. You have to see the potential. You have to push the potential so they can become the potential, so that it is no longer potential, but it is now a reality. Women, you need to be smart. Your role, helper. Your role, guidance helper. Your role, teacher. Teach the men to be what God has called them to be. God is going to guide them. God is going to do everything that he has to do so that they can reach that point. But if you are not pushing him, if you are not there on his side, if you are not there motivating him, he could reach, but he will only reach so far because you're his helper. So if the helper's not helping, what is the helper doing? The helper's wasting time. The helper's delaying not only herself, but delaying her man, delaying the person that God has called. You're the helper. Be the helper. Help. Help. How do I support a man without becoming his savior, his source, or his substitute for God? Ooh, how do I support a man without becoming his savior, his source, or his substitute for God? In a relationship, you cannot idolize your relationship. A lot of people idolize their relationship. A lot of people, unfortunately, they put their relationship before God. You can't do that. You can't. Because the moment you start to do that, then anytime he wants to go pray, you're distracting him and you want to stay with him and you want to talk to him. Or anytime he's going to go fast, you don't need to fast. You put a whole plate of food in front of his face. You distract him from the purpose that God has called him to reach. You can't do that. How do I support a man without becoming a savior? Any and everything you do, lead him to God. If God called him to go somewhere, be by his side. Pray for him. Support him. Love him. If God called him to do another thing, help him with the other thing. If God has given him a plan to create something and he doesn't know how to create it, be the person that creates it while continuing to give God the glory. because the only reason why you would be able to help him is because God placed you there for a reason. You cannot get to the point where you think that you're God, because you're not. You're the one that God sent to help him, not the one that God sent to be God. No. Be humble. Be humble. Be supportive. And everything you do, lead your person back to God. Do not take them away. How important are my words, tone, and attitude in shaping the health of the relationship? How important are my words, tone, and attitude in shaping the health of the relationship? Extremely. Extremely. Words, tone, and attitude. If you are having an argument with your person and you start yelling, they're going to start yelling. If you're in an argument with your person and you're talking calm and they're yelling, they're going to notice how calm you're being and they will level down. And it's even biblical. In the Bible, it says that you cannot confront an argument, something along the lines that you cannot be like fighting and expecting the fight to calm down. It's like something where it says like calm words, something, like elevated words make you a fool in a fight, something like that. So even the Bible itself tells us, like, in an argument, you cannot combat crazy with crazy. If somebody's acting crazy, you got to be calm. If somebody's acting out, you got to be calm, because then your calmness will bring them to calm. It's very, very important, especially because in a Christian relationship, like whether marriage or whether dating, no, marriage, the man is the head. And some men that are not mature enough will take that and they will do field goals with it, and they'll just go crazy. And other men who are wise will be like, oh, like, she calmed down, like maybe I'm doing too much, let me think, let me change what I'm doing, let me act different, let me respond different. Because if there's a situation and you decide to come at your man yelling, he's not going to listen. He's not. He's gonna be like, oh my God, here she go again. She's yelling again. She's yelling again. All she do is yell. All she do is this. All she do is that. And then it comes to the point where, oh, you're broken up with and you're single. And you wonder why. Well, all you've been doing is attacking this man. Talk calmly. Talk patiently. I'm still learning this myself, guys. No, I'm joking. I've learned, though. And it took a while, but I did learn. Because anytime we would get into an argument, like I said, he was acting crazy, I was acting crazy. We would just be bickering and fighting, and then we wouldn't be talking. Because I decided to be crazy. And I realized that when I not lowering myself, when I lower my voice, and I speak calmly, and I react a certain way, when I act calmly, then anytime he's up, he comes down. When you are in an argument and your tone is a certain way, when I say to lower your tone, I do not mean to lower who you are so that your man could be a man. No. I mean to speak calmly. You could still be calm and speak with authority. You could still be calm and have control. The man is the head, yes, but that doesn't mean you have to diminish yourself and little yourself and make yourself smaller than what you are so his ego can be stroked. No. It means that if me and you are in an argument right now and you're acting up, it means, oh, like, I understand the situation at hand. I think that we could have come at it at this angle instead of coming at it from that angle. What do you think? You're presenting options. You're speaking calmly, but you're still getting your opinion across. You're not lowering yourself and turning yourself into dirt so he could step on you. No. No. A lot of people confuse submission with belittlement. And it's sad. No. Do not belittle yourself for no man. Do not. Do not turn yourself smaller than what you are. I've seen so many beautiful, smart, intelligent women shut up and be silenced because they confuse submission and they confuse belittlement. No. If the man loves you, he won't belittle you. And if he does it on accident, okay. But if he does it constantly, he doesn't love you. He doesn't. A man of God will work on the relationship. A man of God will be wise. A man of God will do everything. But remember that if you didn't teach this man how to love you, you can't expect him to love you the right way. If you didn't teach this man how to do this or how to do that, you cannot expect it from him. If he does it, in the word it says, how can they know if you did not tell them? How can he know that he's in the wrong if you're not telling him? And if he is in the wrong, do not correct him in public. Are you crazy? Correct him in private. Pull him aside. Hey, I think you could have handled this a different way. You could have done this. You could have done that. But do not diminish your man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please. How do I handle disappointment or unmet expectations without tearing the relationship down? Dang. How do I handle disappointment or unmet expectations? Let me just say this. Everybody's going to have a million expectations of a relationship. They will never meet it. And you will never meet their expectations. Ever. Ever. It won't happen. It won't. So you can have expectations. But for a person to meet every expectation you have, that will never happen. Now, can they meet some? Heck yeah. 100%. But all of them, never. So how do you handle that? Change your expectations. Change them. And I'm not saying to lower your dreams. Like, for example, if you want a fairy tale type of love, period. Good. That's a great expectation. But to get it right away, no, you're not going to get it. Some men have that potential. Again, like I've been saying, it's up to you to reach and take that potential out of them so that it's not a potential, but rather a reality. So how do you deal with disappointment or unmet expectations? Change your expectations. Change them into realistic expectations. A lot of women have expectations that are not realistic at all, that no man will ever meet. And because no man has ever met them, they stay single. Change your expectations. Do not lower your standards, but change your expectations into something realistic. Because not everything that you have on your list is realistic. Trust me on that. A lot of people, they will think like, oh, this, that, and the third. My man's not doing this. My man's not doing that. He's supposed to act like this. He's supposed to act like that. He's not supposed to act like nothing. He's a man. He's a man. He's a man. And I'm not saying that as an excuse. I'm saying he's a man. It's scientific. Men are not as emotionally aware as women. Teach them. Show them. Lower the expectation that they have to be so perfect all the time. The only person that's perfect is Jesus. So stop envisioning the perfect man. Girl, the man that you're envisioning is Jesus. Fall in love with Jesus if that's the case. No man on earth that's besides Jesus will be the perfect man. You have to see the potential. You have to get the potential. So lower your expectations, not your standards. Please and thank you. How do I know if I'm in the right relationship or just emotionally attached? Analyze the relationship. Analyze the relationship. Analyze the relationship. Analyze the relationship. Emotionally attached people do everything out of everything. And the person could be literally the horriblest person ever. But because you love them and your emotions got so attached so quickly, you stay with that person. That person belittles you. That person could even beat you. That person does all these things. And you're just like, oh, he loves me. No, he doesn't love you. He doesn't. Analyze the relationship. If the relationship's not pointing you back to God, and even so with that, sometimes the relationship's not going to point you to God. But sometimes the relationship's going to point you to God's purpose, which will then point you to God. All relationships are different. All relationships start out different. Some start out fighting and end in the most beautiful relationships. Some start in the most beautiful relationships. Some end in the most horrible. Analyze the relationship. See if this man is bringing you closer to God or farther apart from God. See if you can envision your life without him. If you can envision your life without him, if you can envision your life without them, then you never needed that person in the first place. The person that God will send you will compliment you. And I'm not talking about Dike that they're gonna compliment you, be like, oh my God, you're so pretty. No, I'm talking about that they're gonna compliment your character, that they're gonna compliment your mission, that your mission and his mission will be aligned and create its own mission. That's what I'm talking about. The person God has for you, I'm not gonna say will never hurt you, because we're human. We hurt each other, even unintentionally. The person that God has for you will make your mission stronger. The person that God has for you will make you grow more. For example, with my relationship, there was many things that I never knew about God, and God used him to show me more about God. The person that I am today is a person I would have never been or come close to if he didn't show me or he didn't teach me certain things that he taught me about God. And it's the same thing with him, and I could say the same thing as well for him. The man that he is. I'm not saying that without me he would be nothing. No. And it's the same thing for me. Without him I would not be like, but I could only grow so much to one point, and he would only grow so much to one point. And the person that we are for each other, we have to compliment them and help them increase. The man that he is today, I'm so proud of. I'm so proud of, because that is not the man that I met all those years ago. That man is different. He's doing everything that God has called him to do. God has even sent him out to preach in other nations. What's that? That's building. That's working. That's supporting. That's loving. That's fighting for relationship. Fight for your relationship. If it's truly from God, fight for it, because you don't know what God's gonna do. I'm out here seeing all the things that me and him have been sowing into each other. I'm seeing the reap and I'm seeing the harvest, and I'm glad, and I'm boasting about it. Boast about it, guys. What is realistic to expect from a godly man, and what expectations am I placing on him that only God can fulfill? That kind of goes back with the other one. What is realistic to expect from a godly man? What's realistic to expect is that he will lead you, that he will guide you, that he will help you grow. What is not realistic and that you are placing on him that only God can do is anything like oh, he's gonna be the perfect man ever. He's never gonna make me cry. He's gonna be the best. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do that, and our relationship's gonna be the best relationship ever, and everybody's gonna be jealous. No, no. Just truly trust God. That's really all I could say. Trust God. Expect the man of God that God has placed you. Expect him to lead you. Expect him to help you grow. And expect him to love you. But again, if he doesn't know how to truly love, but that's the one for you, teach him to love you. Teach him how you like to be loved. For example, I think I have like every single love language. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want all of them. Acts of service, yeah. Words of affirmation, yeah. But something that I like is like, I love constantly being told that I'm loved, and I love that from anybody. And when we first started out in a relationship, he thought, like, again, he was the only guy. He is one of 4 boys. So me saying I love you all the time to him, he didn't really like. He was just like, all right, bro, like, she's doing too much, until he learned that that's how I like to love. So when he learned that that's how I like to love, now he be telling me he love me like 24,000 times a day, and I'm just like, I love you too. Like, what? But I had to teach him that. Something I learned that many times when we are like in a, like, I don't want to say an argument, but when we're in a disagreement, I learned that sometimes he needs space. I'm a person that likes to solve the issue right then and there. He needs his space. So if I don't give him his space, I cannot expect the relationship to be the argument to be solved like that. So I learned that that's what he needs. You have to learn about your person. And lastly, how do I trust God with my relationship when it doesn't look the way that I imagined it would? How do I trust God with my relationship when it doesn't look the way that I imagined it would? Like I said, a relationship is like a flower. A relationship is like a flower. There's no such thing as one kind of flower. There are multiple flowers, multiple plants, even trees. Everything is different. Everything is done in its own time. Everything is done a certain way. God is always going to do it his way. He's never going to do it your way. God will always do it his way. Now, if your way is his way, then he going to do it. But how do I trust myself? How do I trust God with my relationship when it doesn't look the way that I imagined it would? Me and someone's relationship did not start off great. Other people's perspective, it started out horrible. But look at where we are today. How do you trust God with your relationship? You just trust. You just do. It's really as simple as that. You just trust. You trust that every day you will wake up. And you wake up. It's the same thing. Trust every day that God will do what he has to do with your relationship. Trust every day that God will shape the man into the man that you see the potential in, into the potential that you see. You trust that every day the relationship is going to get better. You trust that every day something is going to change. You trust that every day God is going to do something. Trust, 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 trust. A relationship is all about trust, not just trusting the person, but trusting that God has placed the person in your life for a reason. Trust. Trust. So, with that being said, this concludes this episode. This concludes this episode for today. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I pray, women of God, I pray that you are intelligent, that you are wise, that God gives you grace, that God continues to show you the man of God that is truly for you. I pray that God does everything that he has to do with you guys, and that you guys are able to be wise. You don't get with some bum. You get with a man and you see the potential and the real potential, and it comes true and it comes to life. Yeah. So I love you guys so much. Keep on watching. Stay tuned for more content. I know this video was long, but it was necessary. So I love you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share, because you don't know what woman of God needs this. And yeah, stay tuned. If you want a part 2 for this, let me know in the comments. I love you guys.